And I like to talk about hand action more than the release. I've used that term forever and it gets very confusing. But hand action is nothing more than how Hey everyone, I'm your coach Todd Hughley, and I have been out on the patio working on hand action with students. Kind of laid back attire. It's a early fall, I guess, late summer day. Feels really good out here. But the term release gets very confusing, and basically, what do the hands do? So we're going to talk about that a little bit more. Now, before we get into that, please hit the subscribe button, like the videos, comment below, and share. Now let's get started. So having a mentor like Mr. Malaska, just a phone call away or a text, and then Doug Roberts down in St. George, and Matt Baker and Billy Fitzgerald, it is such a tight-knit community, and it is very cool to have a mentor and a coach of that caliber that you can pick their brain, ask questions. It's the same with Billy, Matt, and Doug. They're incredible coaches. And I like to talk about hand action more than the release. I've used that term forever and it gets very confusing. But hand action is nothing more than how is that club head moving into the golf ball there. We definitely don't want to drag and try to rotate. We definitely don't want to get right here and turn the wrist down. I've done that. Blew my wrist up. It was trouble. Now, thinking that you're hitting a low outside pitch and you're just delivering the club head to that will really help you get a very good visual that you want your hands to stay on the inner side of the circle as the club head works to the outer part of the circle. We have our body circle, we have our hands, and we call the club head. So those three distinct circles are basically all we need to master. And so many golfers do this, and that isn't a circle. Or when they get here and they pin and spin and they're trying to stay on the circle, but they're way too late, then they have to flip at it or have an early release. And I mean, yeah, that's part of the circle, but that's really late. And then this isn't part of any circle. And I still see that all the time. And you'd think this day and age, with all the information available, that particular move, someone going here and doing this, would go away, and they would go from there to there, there to there, and let that club whip past them. And that is what golf is all about. So when you focus on anything that's going to help you become a better pitcher of the golf ball, better iron player, a better driver, is to get those hands to go from here into here and then out. Some people will say, well, Todd, that's the Malaska move. Okay, well, if it is, it is. If it isn't, it isn't. But what funny people call the Hughley release, because I would go up, drop my hands, and then both my thumbs would go whew, whip through there, and it was just here, there, just like that. And it had a lot of speed. And then another good friend of mine, Andrew Emery, he is a very good friend, great coach. He talks about lowering the hands and arms and making sure you're delivering from the inside as well. So it's here, bang. Very, very simple idea. Everything is arms lowering, club head works into the golf ball. You're harnessing linear speed, turning it to angular speed, which helps you a ton. So if you take anything away from this, hand action, your arms, are going to go up, down, club into the golf ball. I've done videos on this and they should be getting 3,000-4,000 likes, but they're getting 60, 70, 80. Maybe that's my marketing, but that is what's going to transform your game. Good fundamentals, and then understanding what the hands do.